Hello, YouTubers, family, and friends. This is Edward again in my hospital bed here. This is my last day before I go on my journey back home. It's about a probably total around 12-hour journey from when I leave the hospital, go to the port, take a ferry. It's a 9-hour ferry to the port near my house, and then it's another hour, a little over an hour drive from there to my house in the deep jungle of northwestern Mindanao Island in the Philippines. And this has been a pretty good little adventure. I'm 60 years old. 3 months ago, I started the carnivore diet journey. I've lost 35 pounds approximately since that time. And I am not a real strict carnivore, but I'm 90%. And once in a while, I'll have a small piece of fruit or something that's not carnivore that's still ketose, in a keto diet, which is, super low carbs. I try to keep my carbs under 10 to 20 carbs per day. And I try to stick as much as possible to just the meat and fat diet, which is mostly just meat and eggs, right? And water is about all I drink is water. So that right there was how I got all my blood work to drop way, way down from where I was at. And the reason I did all this is because of my toe, right? Because I had a big infection in my toe for over 2 years. And it turned out to be gangrene. I had gone to visit my brother in northern Luzon a couple months before that for his birthday, and we went on a Philippine boat, island hopping and beach hopping, and we were drinking, of course, celebrating his birthday, that and beautiful weather, and the sun was so hot, and I was born disabled, right? So I already had nerve damage in my feet where I couldn't feel much in my feet, right? So that combined with drinking, I was walking on this hot, superheated sand on these beaches that were unshaded areas on sand, right? And it was such a temperature that it caused me to have at least second-degree burns on my feet. Well, and they blistered up, and that took probably, 2 to 3 weeks to heal. And then a couple weeks after that, I got COVID-19. And then 10 days after I had COVID-19, how long it took to get over that. Loss of taste, loss of smell. Then a couple weeks after that is when my feet started having foot problems, right? Both my big toes exploded. My left foot healed within like 3 weeks. The toe right back here is where it exploded. It just busted right open, and it was a big, huge gap and gash in my foot. And that lasted about 3 weeks, and that healed back up. Well, my left toe never healed. Never healed, and I think it was a combination of that severe burn even made the circulation in that left foot, which had received twice the surgeries as my right foot had over the years from my disability, and so all the corrective surgeries. So that in combination with this super burn, I think even reduced the circulation even that much more and almost completely cut off most of the circulation to that one big toe on the left side. And then that when, that it just exploded from the pus because no circulation, and the tissue started to die, and then it just progressively got worse and worse and worse. And I was changing the bandages, the dressing twice every single day, at least twice, sometimes 3 times a day, depending on what I was doing. But I still had to function. I still was in the middle of construction, and I had lots and lots of work to do. And finally, then after about a year, the construction had finished. And then I got to a point where I just focused more on trying to heal my toe. Well, it never would, because the infection just kept getting worse and worse and worse. But very, very slowly getting worse. And then finally here, after 2 years, 4 months, it started getting into the bone. The gangrene started getting in the bone, and then the infection more than doubled. So I knew then, and the pain started getting worse, and the swelling started getting worse. So I knew I absolutely had to come to the hospital and travel. And within that 2 years I had the infection, I tried to deal with doctors where I was in the deep jungle in Mindanao, and the city, DePolo, that was closest to where I lived. And doctors there, I probably met with 3 different types of doctors, not pediatric, but foot doctors and surgeons and, internal medicine doctors, and they just giving you, any bacterial antibiotics when I would have flare-ups, and topical stuff. And they had taken x-rays, and the x-rays showed that the bone was still good at that time, and they didn't realize really what was going on, and they really didn't do a good job, and really didn't get to the let's take let's cut this and debride it, and then let's take samples of it, send it to the lab, and find out what this is, right? And I had requested that, and it just never got done. So and life happens. You try to do the best with what you have, and I'm living on a tight budget now. I completely, so my money situation's way down from what I'm used to my whole life. I'm, on a pretty tight $1,700 a month budget, but I care for between 10 and 15 people, and we have lots of responsibilities. And anyways, there's lots of reasons and excuses why people, don't take their health situation seriously. And I was doing the best I could with what I had, with what my knowledge was, because I was a EMT for years in rescue training, in my job. You have all the first aid training and all that, and not so much of the EMT, but I had rescue training, stuff like that. So, I was very familiar with bloodborne pathogens and all the first aid training and all that stuff, and I did a good job with caring for myself, caring for my wound, stuff like that, but it just would never heal. And I didn't have diabetes or anything, but so in the meantime, 4 months ago, in that area, that's when I said, screw it. I'm going to eliminate every single thing that I'm addicted to in my life. And that's when I got on the carnivore diet, right? So my A1Cs dropped down, and all my sugar was eliminated, alcohol was eliminated, any kind of pain reliever I was on for 20 years was eliminated, which was ibuprofen for aches and pains, joint pain. Then I was on a high blood pressure medicine that I'd been on for 10 years. I got blood situation controlled through carnivore to eliminate that. Now my blood pressure's 90 over 60 or 100 over 70 or 110 over 70, right in that area, right? So, and that's without any blood pressure medicine. So, and then all my blood work that came back while I've been in the hospital, my A1C was 2.8. Yes, 2.8. And normal is between 3.5 and 5.5. And pre-diabetic is between 5.5 and 7. So, I've eliminated everything I've been addicted to, from sugar to alcohol to everything in between, and super low carb diet, just high fat and high protein diet with eating meat and eggs. So I eliminated any chance of it being a metabolic health situation. So I totally got back on the real proper human diet and eliminated all the crap. So then I knew that there was something systemically wrong with my toe, especially after the increased pain and everything. So that's when I said I have to, dig into my medical savings and come to Cebu City, away from those doctors there that didn't know what they were doing. So I came to Cebu City last week. I came to this ACE hospital right away, and they took care of my problem. Right away, they looked at the x-rays, and sure enough, it's getting into the bone, the infection. So removed it, and it was gangrene. They had to remove the entire big toe and some of the flesh around the bottom joint of the big toe, and eliminate all that dead skin that was just rotting there for years. So now I'm on the road to recovery after the amputation, and hopefully now I can, within 4 to 6 weeks, I can be back on my feet again. Just less one toe. So we're all dealt different cards in life, and my second wife, God bless her soul, she died at age 50, and she lived off of sugar. I seen her we were married for 16 years, and I seen her put piles of white sugar on her, like her French toast. And I mean, like, you couldn't see the French toast. All you could see was a pile of sugar. That's how she lived her life. It was total sugar and no nutrition. She hated fruits and vegetables, and she liked meat and potatoes, but she ate mostly processed junk food. And that was the way she lived, and she drank Diet Coke. Instead of water and everything, she drank Diet Coke all the time. So she lived until age 50. So I knew nutrition was a big part of things, and I had a pretty balanced diet my whole life. Fruits and vegetables and meat and potatoes and all that stuff, fish, and pretty balanced. I love all food, so I never turned my nose up at a meal, no matter what it was. And I even like liver, right? So I even like organ meat. So it's just a luck of the draw, play the cards that's been dealt you in life. Like, I was born disabled with my whole foot situation, so now I'm having to deal with that at an older age. So everyone has to, play the cards they're dealt. So every day that you have good health, relish that day. Every day that you're on your feet, go take a walk. And try to enjoy life as much as you can while you can, because it stinks being, your feet and leg problem is one of the biggest, because if you can't walk around, it's terrible. So really enjoy what you have if you can even walk around. It's huge, huge. So that's kind of what I wanted to give you guys today. Is just a synopsis of what had happened to me and where I'm at right now. And the hospital bill here was only $2,900, so that's a real low price for what they did, and all the medications, the dressings, the surgery, the doctors, everything that they do here. Very, very reasonable. I mean, it's not like a plastic surgeon though on the amputation. It's just that they get rid of the toe, they cover it the best with what they have to work with the skin that's left, and then there's open wound that's left because they don't have enough skin to cover it. So you just have to let that heal naturally. So, but I got really good dressing for that. So hopefully it'll be okay. It'll be good to go here in 4 to 6 weeks. So, anyways, that's about all. It's getting kind of long, so that's about all I wanted to say for today. And just don't let anybody push you around. Use your common sense and do what you think is the right thing to do for your body. Just really watch who you listen to, because I was brainwashed pretty much my entire life with listening to a lot of this mainstream stuff. And now that I'm awake in so many ways, my life is way, way better than it used to be, because I feel that, I have a more sense of freedom, that knowing the truth about so many different things. So good luck out there. Y'all take care, and God bless. Bye-bye.